helping modern women unleash their feminine power. Hello, my loves. Welcome to the Feminine Dating Podcast. I am so excited. It is episode 14. Can you believe it? Time sure flies when you're having fun. I am just so in awe with how quickly time has gone by and how exciting this, every week being able to share with you my thoughts, my ideas, things that I have found so profoundly powerful in my life. And I've been able to share this with you every single week. It's just incredible being able to do this with you. It's something that I love to do with my clients, really seeing them evolve and transform and become that magnetic woman, the woman that could only dream about and having the types of relationships that they have, right? Because honestly, this is my dream. This is what I truly desire is for every woman out there in this world to experience the type of love that I have, to experience the deep emotional connection that I have with my husband, to be able to experience the fun, the joy, the sex, everything, all of it that comes into a having a relationship. I want every woman out there to be able to do that. And so I really hope that through this, through my podcast, through my free content, through my paid content, through my, paid programs and everything that I do, that I'm able to achieve this. So if you know of anybody, any woman that will really benefit from this, let her know about my podcast, like let her know about my social media, send her my way. I love to have her in my community. I have such beautiful, amazing women just like you, in my community, in my social media that I just absolutely love. So here we are. Today, we're going to be talking about 4 powerful steps that will help you connect with a man on a much deeper emotional level. So this is whether you're just dating a man or you are in a relationship already for years with a man. This is going to help you foster a deeper, more meaningful relationship with him. You're going to really feel the emotional connection that you're going to have with him. If you just follow these 4 steps, trust me, you are going to transform your love life. You are going to transform the relationship that you currently have with this man or the men that you're dating. This is with any man that you come in contact. Practice these 4 steps and you will see the transformation in your life. So let's get started. Okay, so the number one, and this is something that I'm going to continue to share with you here in my podcast and everything that I do because it's the essence of being in your feminine. It's the core of being a true magnetic woman, and that is your feelings. Being able to feel your feelings, okay? So this is step 1, right? Is emotionally connecting with a man is you have to start with you, right? Connecting with yourself. You have to start paying attention to your feelings, right? It's essential. It's truly essential to know what you're feeling and why you're feeling the way you're feeling, right? Because we create a lot of assumptions in our mind, a lot of crazy stories sometimes, right? And we just feel the trigger, but we are not sure where they're coming from. So just feeling your feelings and catching those thoughts and catching those assumptions are going to be a game changer for you. So when you begin to focus on your emotions, you will start to develop a better understanding of yourself and your needs, which are so important in order to connect with your man, right? And you are going to be better equipped to be able to communicate those needs to your partner, to your man. You're going to be able to express them because you will know exactly what you're feeling and why you're feeling this way, right? Dropping obviously the crazy stories and the assumptions and realizing what it's true and getting curious as to why am I feeling that? Is this the ultimate truth, right? So I teach this stuff to my clients because this is essential. Like I said, this is like the core of your feminine energy, right? So take your time to get to know you. Take the time for yourself to reflect on your feelings, right? You can do this through journaling, meditation, or simply just taking a few minutes of your day to quiet your mind, right? And get in tune with your feelings. And having a coach by your side is definitely something that's going to help you and support you through that, because sometimes it's not easy because we have been so shut down. We have put a lid that's so tight that we just cannot feel what we truly feel, right? So we can't get there on our own. So this is why a therapist, a coach, someone that can really help you will, really support you through this process. You need someone who is going to be on your side, who understands you, who understands this process, who's not going to be biased, right? Who's going to see you and understand you and be with you and sit with you in the moments that you need, right? In those moments that you just need to sit down and feel your feelings. And so, this process of self discovery will really help you to connect with your heart, and it will pave the way for a deeper emotional connection with your partner, because it all starts with you, right? It really starts with you. You being able to connect with yourself, you being able to sit in the discomfort of your feelings, the good ones, the bad ones, whatever it may be. There's no such thing as good or bad, honestly. There's just feelings. Feelings are there and they're there to be felt, right? And so being able to sit with the feelings that make you feel uncomfortable, being able to sit with the feelings that make you want to run away, right? uh, Being able to do that is going to create a safe space for you. And by doing this, you are going to allow a man a safe space to be him. See, when you are able to feel your feelings and be able to sit with your feelings and be able to just allow yourself to process your feelings, just by doing that, you are showing a man that he can just be himself with you, that he is emotionally safe with you. That's how you start creating a sanctuary of a relationship, because you feel good in your feelings. You are able to sit with those feelings. You're not judging yourself, you're not blaming yourself, you're not criticizing yourself. And by doing that, you're going to reflect that onto him, and he's going to feel that without you saying anything at all. You will see that this man is going to feel it from you. He's going to feel the emotional safety in you, because you are able to do this for yourself. So this is a must. If you have a hard time feeling your feelings, so if you have no clue how to do that because you have been so numb and shut down for years, I would highly recommend a coach or a therapist that can really go deep with you and allow you that space, give you that space. Someone who has the bandwidth to sit with you and allow you to just feel your feelings. And I have a lot of clients that they end up just releasing a lot, releasing a lot of tension, releasing a lot of stress in my sessions, because there is no other place for them. They feel like there's no other place for them to really release that. So having that is not a want, it's a necessity for your mental health, right? It's a necessity, it's a need. You need someone to be able to do that with, right? If you can't do it on your own, or if you are having a really hard time to be able to connect with your feelings. Okay, so step two is choose team. Okay, so the second step is emotionally connecting with a man, is to choose to be a team with them, right? You are saying, you and I, we're a team now, right? So when you connect with a man, even on a dating app, decide that you are a team now. And it's not about you against him, it's about both of you solving problems together, right? So think about your relationship, or you're just dating a man, as a partnership. You have created a partnership, right? So you both are going to have strengths and weaknesses, and you will complement each other, right? Also, so when you work as a team, you can tackle any challenge that comes your way, right? So remember, it's not about you being right or winning. it's about finding solutions that work for the two of you, right? So when you choose team, when you start thinking as a team player, when you start thinking that the man that you are dating is your teammate, you start thinking differently. You start working together to find solutions, right? And if this man is obviously not like open to being a teammate, he's not open to finding solutions, he's not open to creating that with you, then that's not someone that you want to continue with, right? But you have to start off seeing the men as your teammates, right? Really seeing these men as someone that you can build something with, right? So it's not ever you against him and how can I, make him do these things, but it's about how can we make this work? How can we solve these problems? Maybe your needs are not being met. Maybe you're finding that, some of the things that you desire in a relationship are not being met. So, how can you work together then? And this is something that my husband is so good at. I think he's like my best teacher. He is the best, uh, like he's just so good at teaching me how to be a team player because he's always thinking of how can we solve this? How can we make this work for the two of us? Right. And I've had a hard time doing this because I was always thinking of like, well, he's not doing it because he doesn't love me. He's not doing that because he doesn't care about me. He is not doing that because of, so I was always assuming, I was always coming up with crazy stories. And he was always saying, "No, let's talk about this. Let's discuss this, right? How can we solve this problem? How can we solve this? How can we come up with solutions?" Men are so good with this because they're so good at solving problem, like solving a problem, right? Like a problem solving. They're so good at that. And so start seeing these men as your teammates and always choose team. Okay. Step 3. This is one of the hardest things that I find a lot of women have. And that is express your feelings. We have such a hard time expressing our feelings, right? So, in order to be able to connect with a man, you really need to be able to express your feelings without judging him, without criticizing him, right? You have to realize that your emotions are an asset, not a liability. They're actually your superpower because learning how to express your feelings honestly and openly without judging or criticizing him is critical for a healthy relationship, right? Everyone says this communication is key, right? And this is especially when it comes to emotional connection, right? So when you are able to communicate openly and honestly, you create a safe space for your partner to do the same. And this is the same thing I was saying in step 1 and being able to feel your feelings. You know how you're able to feel your feelings, you're actually creating that safe space for him to do the same. Same thing here. When you're able to express your feelings in a way that's going to connect you to his heart, you are creating that safe space for you and for him, right? Being able to be vulnerable and authentic will really help you to build this deeper emotional connection with your partner, right? Being able to express how you feel without judgment, without criticizing him, without blaming, right? And this is something that I also struggled with because I was always thinking that being this open and sharing my emotions was something that was going to be seen as weak, right? That I couldn't really share my heart, that I couldn't really open my heart because it was going to be seen as weak, as someone who's needy, as someone who is desperate, as someone who is, not someone who is powerful. And that is the complete opposite. Someone who stands in her power, she's able to express her feelings, right? She's able to stand in her power and open her heart and be able to express how she really feels. And that's not weak. That's freaking powerful, right? To be able to do that. So you must learn how to do this, my love. If you don't know how to do this, I would highly recommend that you gain those skills to be able to express your feelings in a way that will connect you to him, right? That will connect you to your man. This is definitely key to having a healthy, happy relationship with a man is being able to express your feelings and him being able to understand you and hear you and be able to sit with you and be able to have that love, that openness, and being able to be completely honest with each other, right? And the last step, and I'm going to break this down for you because this is crucial, and that is practice active listening. I call this level 3 listening with my clients. We do a very powerful tool on what it feels like to be at level 1, what it feels like to be at level 2, and what it feels like to be at level 3. Because by doing this, you realize that you're not really listening at level 1. And once you feel what it feels like to be at level 3, that's when you start really practicing that. That's when you know what the difference is. Okay. So listening is a crucial skill that forms the basis of emotional connection, right? When you are able to engage in active listening, you give your man your full attention without interruption, without interrupting or formulating responses in your mind, because this is what happens at level 1 listening. You are thinking of either what to say to him, what to ask him next, or what you're thinking about whatever he's saying. So you are up in your, mind thinking and coming up with questions or things that you're going to say, right? So active listening, this allows you to truly understand their thoughts, feelings, and perspectives, right? So I'm going to give you 3 tips to really practice active listening, okay? The number 1 is, and this is key, okay? Wherever you go, whatever you do with anybody, this is key. Be in the moment, okay? Put away any distractions, right? Like such as phones or any other devices that you have, and really focus on your person. Really focus on the person that's in front of you. Really give him the full attention that he deserves, right? Give him your full focus. You need to be able to be in the moment with him, in the presence of this man, right? And by doing this, you're going to see how he's going to be emotionally connected to you just by doing this one thing, being able to really listen to him and being present in the moment with him without having your phone on the table. Keep your phone whenever you go on dates with men. Please keep your phone in your purse. Your phone does not need to be out there unless you have to make a phone call that's in an emergency, or you have to text a friend to let them know that you are X, Y, and Z, whatever you need to text them if it's an emergency, right? And if that's the case, you excuse yourself, you go to the restroom, and you send out this text. Other than that, your phone is in your purse. And I would even go as far as turning that phone off or putting it in airplane mode, so you're not going to be distracted by any noise, any clicking anything on your phone. There's nothing. You're gonna be there in front of this man in his presence, fully in this moment, right? So you're focusing on this man. Okay. Next thing is feel his feelings. Okay. Try to understand the emotions behind his words, right? And acknowledge his feelings without any judgment, right? Without any criticism. And I want you to use these phrases, okay? These are like my go-to phrases whenever my man opens up his heart. I say, "Wow, I feel your either anger, your frustration, so any emotion that I'm feeling. So I am feeling his emotion, right?" Or I say, "Wow, I can imagine that must feel, or that must be tough, or that must be, whatever that is that you're getting from this man," right? So I am not actively thinking of what else to say. I'm not actively thinking of how to respond to him. I am feeling his emotions. I'm really in the moment with him, feeling what he's feeling. And all I have to do is say, "I feel your whatever," in whatever that is, right? And trust me, practice this Once you're able to do that, your man is just gonna love you for it. Like, men love this stuff. They just feel like you're really seeing him, you're really understanding him, right? Because you're not in your masculine thinking of like a solution for him. You're not trying to, let him know, oh, yeah, you know what? This is a really great article that you should be reading because this talks about this, or this is you know what? Now that you're saying that, I remember this book that was really helpful for me. Or like, you know what? My doctor is actually specializes on this, or like, this is the podcast that I listened to and it was so helpful with that. Like, none of that stuff. You're not thinking of solutions. You're not thinking of how to make it better for him. You're not thinking of how to solve the problem for him, right? If he's stressed out at work, feel his emotions, feel that, feel the frustration, feel the anger, feel his sadness, feel whatever it is. If he just got a promotion, let's say, right, and he's feeling full of joy, he's excited, feel that, right? You don't have to start thinking of like, oh, so how much are you gonna get paid? Or, or like, oh, this means that you're gonna be spending more time at the office, or, any of those things. You're really in the moment with him. You are feeling his feelings, right? You feel his excitement and you're thinking of him, not you, right? The third thing that you must practice in order to have this, practice active listening is be curious. Okay. So instead of saying like, asking him yes or no questions, you're going to start asking him more open questions, more open ended questions, because this really encourages him to share more about his thoughts and experiences, right? And this also shows that you are genuinely interested in understanding him on a deeper level, right? Because now you are wanting to know more about what he's experiencing. And this says to him, wow, she is, interested in me, interested in getting to know me, right? So give him that, allow him that, be curious about this man, get curious about the man that is in front of you, right? Who is this man? How did he grow up? Who is his mom? What's his childhood like? What school did he go to? How was that experience for him? Like, open up yourself, right? Get curious about this man, and you're gonna see how that will deepen your relationship with him. Okay, so let's wrap this up. Emotionally connecting with a man takes time, okay? You're gonna have to put some effort, and you are gonna have to be vulnerable. And this is something that a lot of us don't want to be, right? Especially as women who are so much in our masculine, we have a hard time being vulnerable. And so this means that you are probably emotionally unavailable to have a relationship, the deep, intimate relationship that you desire. So again, look for a coach, look for someone that's going to help you with this, because this is not something that you can just, read a book and that's it. This takes practice, this takes time, this takes effort, right? And you are your best investment, my love, okay? You are your best investment. If you are able to heal yourself and, go through that, you will see that you're going to get so much of, return of investment once you invest in yourself, right? So it's essential to take the time to understand your emotions, and to work as a team and communicate openly and honestly, right? And being able to actively listen to him, like really understand who this man is and be present, right? So by following these 4 steps, you will be on your way to a deeper, more meaningful connection with your man. You're going to be ahead of so many women out there, okay? Because you know how to connect with them, okay? So thank you so much, my loves, for listening to my podcast. I also want to remind you that if you are looking to step into your highest, most magnetic self, and you want to be in the space where love is fun and easy, it's time to take action. Okay, consider joining my Say Yes to Love program, where you will get the blueprint to a man's heart and start attracting the high value man that you desire. Okay, send me a DM in one of my social media platforms or go to my website and connect with me. There's an extended plan available and a $500 discount, but only until the end of April. So you only have 2 weeks or less than 2 weeks now to be able to get that opportunity. Okay, this is for the woman who is ready to tap into her feminine energy, who's ready to become her most magnetic self. And trust me, I can tell you for a fact that if you do the work, if you continue this journey, you are going to see results. You are going to have the relationship that you desire, but you must take action. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast, and till the next one. Thank you so much for listening, and I wish you a beautiful day. If you want to learn more about being in your feminine energy, I have a free feminine energy guide that you can just download from my website. Just go to liliantoscano.com and download it from there. See you soon.